All right, let's get into your daily briefing from the world of X. And wow, what a day it was. We're talking major legal battles, some really intense debates on free speech, and rockets getting ready for launch. So yeah, a lot to cover. Let's dive right in. So here's the deal. We're looking back at everything that happened yesterday, Tuesday, August 26th. We're going to break down all the key moments, the biggest conversations that really defined the day on the platform. And first up, it's a big one, a real clash of the tech titans.
Yep, you heard that right. The absolute top story yesterday was a huge antitrust lawsuit filed by Corp and, its sibling company xAI. Now, this is not just some boring corporate dispute, no way. This is a massive shot across the bow and what's becoming a full-blown AI war.
Okay, so what's at the core of this whole thing? Well, X and xAI are basically saying that Apple and OpenAI have this exclusive partnership, and that it's designed to lock everybody else out of the AI and smartphone markets. They're arguing this isn't just unfair, it's actively anti-competitive. And they're not just looking for a payday, financial damages. They're actually asking the court to step in and force these integrations open, to really level the playing field for all the other competitors out there. And this quote really nails it, right? It sums up the whole argument. They're framing this as way more than just a business squabble. It's about the entire future of AI. The big worry they're pointing to is that if you don't have fair access, all that amazing innovation could just get choked out by a handful of powerful companies. So yeah, this is a huge deal, and you can bet we'll be keeping a very close eye on it.
All right, let's switch gears. We're moving from corporate court battles to a really fundamental debate about freedom of expression. There was this controversy that started brewing in the UK, and it totally captured the platform's attention, sparking some pretty serious questions about the future of free speech on the internet. So you can see a really clear cause and effect here. The incident that kicked it all off was pretty shocking, honestly. A user over in the UK was just released from prison for a post that they had already deleted. I mean, think about that. That one case became this huge flashpoint, and the fallout was immediate. X came out and reiterated its commitment to free speech, which then just ignited this massive debate across the entire platform about where exactly the line is. You had users and advocacy groups jumping in, calling for much stronger protections against what they're calling government overreach.
And that's really the question at the heart of all this, isn't it? Where is that line? This whole case just threw a spotlight on this growing tension between a country's laws and a global platform like X that operates everywhere. It's a super complex issue. There are no easy answers, and yesterday it felt like the entire platform was trying to figure it out.
Okay, let's pivot again, from heavy policy debates to just pure awesome technological ambition. Yesterday was also a huge day for all the space fans out there, because all eyes were on SpaceX as they got ready for a major Starship milestone. And the magic number yesterday was 10, because this wasn't just another launch. This was the 10th flight test for Starship. And remember, the last attempt had to be scrubbed because of bad weather, so the anticipation for this one, it was absolutely through the roof. You could feel the energy. The buildup was just electric. SpaceX was sharing live updates all day. You could see the teams on the ground working through some minor technical stuff, which, only added to the drama. But the amazing thing was, the conversation wasn't just about this one flight. For every single update about the rocket, you'd see dozens of posts from people just dreaming about the future, about what this tech could mean for missions to Mars.
All right, so moving on from the big, heavy headlines, let's check the platform's pulse. Let's take a look at what was trending and what really went viral yesterday.
First up, we had a crossover that I don't think anyone saw coming. The worlds of K-pop and Major League Baseball just collided. A huge K-pop star threw the first pitch at a Dodgers game, and the timeline just exploded. I mean, it was a total flood of fan videos and memes. You couldn't miss it.
At the same time, you had the reality TV fans keeping the drama alive with Love Island USA. The reunion episode dropped, and it kicked off a total firestorm of debate. People were sharing clips of all the juiciest moments, posting their own hot takes. That conversation was definitely dominating feeds late into the night. And then, on a much more wholesome note, the entire platform went to the dogs. And I mean that in the best way possible. It was National Dog Day, and our feeds were just this wonderful, welcome flood of cute pet photos and amazing stories. It was a guaranteed mood booster for sure.
But that's not even all of it. There was this absolutely incredible video of a Good Samaritan pulling a driver from a sinking car that had everyone talking. Then, circling back to our earlier story, you had a ton of memes going around making fun of the UK's approach to free speech. And on the more serious side,
there were some really intense debates happening about immigration laws and cultural respect that were very, very visible.
So that was a jam-packed day, right? The big question now is, what happens next? Let's quickly break down the key things you'll want to watch for going forward.
First up, obviously, Starship. We're all waiting for that rescheduled launch date. Number 2, the response from Apple and OpenAI to that bombshell lawsuit. You know they have to say something, so how are they going to handle it? Third, keep your eyes peeled for news on the Creator Revenue Program. Payouts are due soon. And finally, that UK free speech debate, that is far from over. We'll be looking for any new statements or actions from officials on that front.
And that's the full rundown of what went down yesterday. This has been your Daily X Report, brought to you by makesgreat.com. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you right back here tomorrow for the latest report.